Africa want to unite, want to see one Africa, one army, one economy. I think that at the moment, South Africa is the template towards that dream. I think that South Africa is the template towards that dream. Countries in Africa, they need to settle down a little bit and look to South Africa and what South Africa is doing, what South Africa is currently doing right now. And you will know that South Africa is the youngest among the African countries in terms of gaining their independence or gaining their freedom, and they have done very well. Regardless of what you want to say, that the things that we have were built by colonizers, regardless of that, but South Africa is the template for Africa. If Africa want to see how to unite, we need to learn from South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel, Let's Talk Africa. This is your brother, Mascolentila. I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you are feeling loved. You are feeling in loved whatsoever. I hope today, in today's video, we are going to be talking with a very, very interesting topic. I think so far it's one of my popular videos that I made, Dangerous Ministers of South Africa under GNU. So today we are going to dive on part 2. Please make sure that you like and you subscribe if you have not subscribed in this channel. If you are a new viewer, thank you. If you are a returning viewer, thank you very much. Let's dive into this topic that I want to talk about. Thank you. That many people in Africa, they're hoping that South Africa will collapse after this 7th administration. They are hoping that South Africa was going to collapse, but they got disappointed because South Africa is thriving. And also there are those also among us South Africans who were hoping that this government is not going to work. But I think that they have their own opinion as the South Africans. But I think that this government of national unity is one of the best government that South Africa has ever produced. It's one of the best. Okay, I know that you don't want this many things that I'm saying. Let's go straight to the purpose of this video. Today I want to talk about my top 5 dangerous ministers in South Africa. This is going to be a part 2, as well as you all know that we already have part 1 is running on 20,000 views, on 20 or 24,000 views. I think it's my biggest videos on this channel so far. Today we will let us go and check who our dangerous ministers that we have. Just a moment, Nje. Comment below, who do you think that is going to be number 1, or who do you think that after this video is supposed to be number 1? Because I have something special on the number one minister. So let us go. Let us just go through all of them. On number 5, I have Minister Ramon. He is our international relations or minister of foreign relationships. Yeah. Here in South Africa. So one of the things that that piqued my interest about him, it is because that he is the person that who can think independent. You see, he is the person that who can speak his mind. I like his tour when he was in America, and then he was able to also to tell America they must not stop, they must stop preaching to South Africans, to South Africa, because they must not, they must stop putting pressure on South Africa on the issue of Israel and Palestine and so on and so on. But he, all in all, what he was saying that America, back off, know your place. I think that is a boldness that we need to see to our minister, and then that is one of the things that makes him in number 5 in this list. Let us just look one of the things what he said to one of the show that he was in, one of the meeting that was held in America. Let us just hear him, and we're gonna
benefited through various trade platforms. But we also believe so the US and its US companies, including our companies that are creating jobs in the US. So it's a mutual beneficial relationship, not only for South Africa, but for the entirety of the of the SADC region and also the continent.
On number 4, we are having Minister of Transport. Minister of Transport. I think this one is very, very interesting. And on her plan also, she is like accelerating the current project that was running. I think it's N3 that was being the project that started on 2021, but now we are seeing that they are bringing a lot of BE, and then there's a lot of budget that is being dedicated for BE, and there is like a job creation for non-experienced qualified artisan and graduate from university and from FETs. So I think she is on a right path to make South Africa to grow and to boost the economy of South Africa, and she's on a path on that will make this country to regain its strength, you see, by boosting a construction industry and also promoting local construction companies to construct our own project. You see, I think that is one of the initiative, one of the things that she is hell-bent on. I think she is taking from the previous minister and she is rolling with that. You see, one of the things that we see, whenever minister they are coming, someone will want to do their thing, instead of enhancing what was on the ground and put new ideas and make that thing to go forward and to accelerate and have power. Let us just watch one of her videos or on the project that she is currently doing right now.
Exciting about this particular project is the 340 million rand we are spending on the training of young people who have graduated either from FET colleges or else from universities. One of the key concerns that I think we all have is the high rate of youth unemployment. In these projects, we have brought in 1,000 young people, from artisans to civil engineers, accountants. All of these people are being provided with the technical aspect of their training they need in order to register as professionals. Once they register as professionals, of course, then other companies are willing to employ them.
The project, which started in 2021, has also ensured that
Okay, let us go to number 3. Number 3. This one is very, very interesting. This one is very, very interesting. Before I just go into her, let us just watch this video first.
Africa's Campaigns and Communications Director is Tebogo Mashilompane. He's with us in studio this evening and joins us now. Mr. Mashilompane, good evening to you and thank you for your time.
Good evening to you and thank you so much for having us here.
It's a pleasure to have you. Let's start with the action that you're calling against the Basic Education Minister. What kind of steps would you like to see taken?
You know, the steps we are saying, we don't want to say she must be fired. But we are saying, President, come up with a plan. Let's say, when you want to hurt somebody, go to their salary. Punish her for maybe 3 months' salary, 6 months' salary, doesn't matter. We cannot prescribe that. But punish this particular person because what she has done, I mean, it's uncalled for. We can't allow that.
If she says there was a perfectly reasonable explanation for her absence at the signing ceremony, would you accept that, or would you want to hear exactly what that is, or at this point you feel that she's done something wrong and the president ought to act?
Remember the minister on the 13th, she issued out a statement to say, I am not going to attend unless the president accedes to my demands, which is section 4 and 5. So there's no any reasonable explanation that she can give and then we can accept as community, as citizens. We can't, because you're supposed to be there. This is your birthday party. Then you must be there. We can't organize a party for you and then you are absent and you're telling us that you're looking for a big cake.
There's a concept.
Yes.
It's called professionalism.
Yes.
And respect.
And you see that people, I don't know how to explain this, but I think at somewhere, somehow, there are some people who are hypocrites. You see, there are some people who are hypocrites. I just want to say that. But the number 3 minister is none other than Siviwe Gwarube. Siviwe Gwarube is the Minister of Basic Education, and I think she's the youngest Minister of Basic Education so far. I think that, please, if I'm wrong, please correct me on the comment section. One of the takedown of the thing that she did, there was I know 10 billion tender that was being issued to one company to procure feeding scheme at schools. So when she saw that, she take down that thing, because there was a lot of corruption that was going to happen. Why the tender was given to a specific company, just one company was given that 10 billion tender dollar to procure for all the schools in South Africa for in nutrition. So I think that was a bravery. And I think that if it was a ANC minister, they were going to let this thing go. Not in a sense like where they will be like committing corruption, because ANC is used on a BE notion, on a tender notion, and then they have used this thing of tendering so much and to a point where it's not controllable, to a point where you ask to buy this thing, like maybe this thing is costing 10 rand on a shop, where you will purchase it, you will be supplying that thing maybe with 400 rand. Meanwhile, you bought it with 10 rand on a shop. You see, that is, the scale is not balancing here. You see, someone is dying, people are paying tax money, so Lord. And then there was another thing that also the ANC Youth League wanted her to be expelled from her office because she did not go for Bella Bill signing. I think that what makes South Africa to be a unique country, because it's a country where we have freedom. And then And then our president is not a dictator. He is the president of the country. And then later on, she explained that president knew that I was not going to be available there. And she was not available. Her reason to be known to her, you see why she was not available, but she made known to president that president, I'm not going to be available. And I see people like who were rising like, why she did not go to that? She disrespect. I think that you are wasting airtime by doing those things. We have more pressing matter that we're supposed to deal with. And also, let us go to number 2. Let us just watch one of his video, then we come back and comment on it.
Stating it clearly to them that you are attacking the state when you attack police, whether they are in uniform or not in uniform. Stop this thing, surrender. Now, this one didn't listen to what was saying. He will listen to us in another world. He's gone because we told them, don't attack police, because if you attack them, they will have to protect themselves. And to protect themselves, they have to be on the counter-attack. And they are trained. You are not as trained as they are. And the results will tell what happens in those circumstances. So all we are saying is that well done to police in Gqeberha once more. And that's not the only one. In Roodepoort, where there was an attack on a mall, police reacted. And there you saw the collaboration or this agreement, the collaboration agreement in action. Why we signed with all the metros of Gauteng.
The provincial government says plans have been put in place to ensure that security remains a priority.
Okay, you see now, number 2 is Minister Senzo Mchunu. I think it's for me to, I think now, by now, if you are still watching the video, you will know that who is number 1. I struggle between both of them to make a number 1. You see, I struggle between both of them. Minister Senzo Mchunu is the Minister of Police in South Africa. And then one of the biggest challenge that this man has faced just after he entered his office, there was a problem like in Eastern Cape, in Gauteng, Cape Town, KwaZulu-Natal, like the thing of protection fee. And they managed to take down a lot of the people who were behind the extortion, the protection fee, because these people will go to the shop, maybe to our garage, and say that to a garage owner they must pay protection fee. Having that thing, having you to or to have people who have properties, they will go to them and say that they must pay a protection fee. You see, so Senzo Mchunu has to deal with that, and then having to deal with that, he also have to deal with the law and on another side, because his ministry, it has to do with killing. Oh my God. It has to do with deleting people. Because some people, they will be shot and deleted, right? So, and then in that terrain, there are a lot of laws, but he has made it clear that if you are a thug and you are shooting to a police, you better be sure that you are going to be deleted. You better be sure that the police will delete you at that spot. if you are fighting back or if you are resisting their arrest, the police in South Africa have been given the right to defend themselves, and by doing so, you are going to be in a space where you find yourself that you are deleted from the database. Okay, let us go to number 1. Minister of Energy and Electricity, or Minister of Electricity and Energy. And let's just watch one of his videos.
To the 17th of October, we had spent about 18 billion rands of diesel just to keep the lights on. So if you had to compare it with the period this year, 2024, 1st of April to 17th of October 2024, that number is about 12 billion less than what we had attained last year. So it's a significant shift, and in fact we are sustaining it 66% below what was the same period last year. So if you like, there's a structural shift. What do I mean by structural shift? Is that there's less and less reliance on diesel, and if you look at the load factor, the percentage of time that we're relying on diesel, the same period last year we're sitting at about 8.95%, and this year we are sitting at about 4.59%. Now, of course, this improvement in the...
Okay, you see that this man, I think what make him number 1, first of all, he was given I want to say, and I'm not sure if YouTube will, he was given he was given to Australia, and he was asked to do his CPR on a dead body. Let me just say that. He was asked to do his CPR on a dead body because at the current speed that Eskom was deteriorating, they were in the point where it was even difficult to perform CPR. But the president trusted this man and gave him the job. And then when he was given the job last year, even before the GNU thing started, many media houses were mocking him, were laughing him. They were saying maybe it's another hand of corruption again. It's another hand of corruption again. And then this man, I come to respect him as much as I watch most of his interviews when he's talking, when I'm looking to his plan. Listen, now it's about 200 and something days with no load shedding. Do you remember that there was a time where you can't live without load shedding? And when that day there was no load shedding, it will like something is wrong. Do you remember that? But he fixed that. Now Eskom is running like they have sufficient energy to run, and also they are implementing other plans also to make electricity to be cheaper, affordable. He is on a project to make sure that South Africa is on a greener, we are utilizing more of a greener energy. By utilizing more of green energy, but it must not be in the expense of South African. So South Africa will gradually grow their capacity of green energy, so that we will reduce the carbon dioxide that is being produced by coal and our diesel and our so that we will reduce that. But that thing, it is not going to happen at the expense of South Africans. It will happen step by step, step by step. So I think this guy, Dr. Josianso Ramogapo, I think is one of the brilliant people. It's one of the brilliant person that president has ever picked to deal with this job. And then he know what to do. He know how to approach the situation. He know how to assess the situation. And he went on and faced a challenge. And today we do not have a problem of a load shedding. I remember those days of load shedding. You will make sure that all your gadgets are charged before the before we have a shutdown. I mean, before we have a load shedding, you will make sure all your gadgets are charged. Sometimes now my phone will just go off, and I will put it on a charge, because I know that electricity is available 24/7. I think also Eskom is making a huge U-turn under his leadership. I think Eskom is going back to the 2001 template. There was a time where Eskom was the best company in the whole of the world, was the best company in terms of producing energy. There was a time where Eskom was the best, but now Eskom has found herself on a situation where it is deteriorating, you see. But now I think Eskom is rising. By Eskom rising, that means that the economies of our country will rise again. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to stop here, and I hope that you enjoyed the video, and please make sure that you like and you subscribe. Thank you very much.